gardeners, welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Trisha, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys all of my reptiles and amphibians. So the last time I did a reptile room tour was pretty recently. It was just a few months ago in like February, and I have made a ton of changes since then, so I thought it would be a good idea to give you guys an update and show you guys all of the changes that I've made so far. Things are always going to be changing in the reptile room. That's just how it goes. I always want to be upgrading and adding new things. So it's fun to just like watch how everything changes over time, because it's so crazy seeing how things were in the past and seeing how different it is now. I also think that this would be a good distraction because the world is crazy right now. So many things are happening, and I just hope that you guys are all staying safe right now. And I hope that this video is just a happy little distraction from all of that for a couple of minutes. Just see some cute animals, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here today, and I hope you like it. So to start off this reptile room tour, we're going to start with this enclosure down here. So we're going to start down here. This is Janemba, my African bullfrog, also known as a pixie frog. He is in a 55-gallon enclosure. This is the same enclosure that I made for him last year. But now he's moved into my room. It looks like he is sleeping right now. He's just chilling. He has his little filter over here. It's not the best, but it does the job. I have to clean it out quite often though. And he has an area for burrowing over here as well. He has little stairs that he can climb up on to get to his little land area and burrow. But it's been really hot lately, so he has just been taking full advantage of swimming. And so yeah, he's just been in the water constantly. And here is Janemba. He is so big now. It's hard to hold him with one hand, but I kind of wanted you guys to see like how big he's gotten. But he's so cute. So that is my pixie frog. You want to swim? And Chacho is always interested in every animal that's in here, right? Yeah? So yeah, that is Janemba and his 55-gallon enclosure. So moving on up from Janemba is Chaos's enclosure. He is my coral glow ball python. This is a 75-gallon enclosure, and the reflection is awful in here, so it's really hard to see. I actually he doesn't have a proper lid for this enclosure, so I had to make it. And in order to keep everything in place, I have to put all of this stuff to weigh it down to make sure it's secure. So it's kind of a hassle to get in and out of this enclosure, and I'm hoping to upgrade this tank into a Zen habitats eventually, but for now it's definitely a great amount of space for him. So I'm going to get him out and get you guys a better view of this enclosure because it's kind of hard to see with this glare. So this is the inside of Chaos's enclosure. There actually used to be a filter in here. My friend is the one that gave me this enclosure, and she covered the filter up with bamboo, and it just looks really nice. So I really like how it looks. She hated how it looked with just like having a filter that she couldn't remove, so that's why she did that, and I appreciate it. So then we just have like vines and things to climb on, lots of plants. This is his cool hide right here. It's like a little cave. He goes in there all the time. He loves it. He's not in there right now though. And then he has this big huge piece of cork bark to climb on, which I've seen him utilize. It's amazing. And then his warm hide is right over here under these little moss patches. So I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. Also, yes, he has a water bowl over there as his plant is falling. So for the people that don't think ball pythons need a lot of space, they absolutely utilize it if you give it to them. So I highly recommend doing it. And here's Chaos. Oh my goodness. He looks so cute. Look at that little face. He's so cute. All right, let's take him out so you guys can get a better view of him because he is so cute. So this is Chaos. I've had him for almost a year now. No, I've had him for over a year. So this is Chaos. He's finally coming out of his little ball. He has grown so much. I was just looking at baby pictures of him from last year, and it is just crazy how much he's grown. He's so sweet. He's so docile. He's so cute. Makes me want to get another ball python. Like if I get another snake, it's probably going to be another ball python because I've just fallen in love with them because of Chaos. So yeah, this is him. He is a coral glow and he is perfection. So next over from Chaos is Banba, my veiled chameleon, who is in this 4-foot tall enclosure, and he is coming out because he loves coming out. He just always wants to be on his tree, which is me. So this is his enclosure. He has one live plant, which is that corn plant, and then the rest is fake. You might come out, baby? And he is shedding, so you can clearly see that's been going on. He's been shedding like crazy because I gave him a new UVB and it's just been working wonders. Babe, you're already attached, you're good. He's wagging his tail all around, trying to get secure. So yeah, he had a surgery, so a little update on that. He still has sutures in on this side, which you can see. And we're basically waiting for him to shed them out, which is what they're supposed to do. But if he has trouble and he doesn't have them come out within the next shed, I'm going to have to take him back to the vet to get them removed because they're just uncomfortable for him and they must be itchy. So I just want him to be comfortable. But yeah, here's Banba. Hopefully those sutures will be out soon. But other than that, he's been doing fantastic. He eats like a champ. He always wants to come out. He's very active. So he is the perfect chameleon. I love this little guy so much. So I'm going to go ahead and put him back in his enclosure. So then moving on over, we just have my windows, which just have a ton of stuff in the windows. I have my little plant. There's a chotch. So we're gonna move to this enclosure right over here. So this is Oakley's enclosure. I kind of just redid this one and added some stuff to it. So I will go ahead and show you guys again. There is a lot of dirt on the floor because of the background that I put in. Whenever I do a naturalistic background, all of the dirt tends to like fall to the ground. So, and it's on the paper towel. That's why the paper towel is so dirty. We have her live plant back here, super pretty. There's her pretty fake plant. This other plant is supposed to be right here. She keeps knocking it over. So this is an 18 by 18 by 24. She has her little lay box and she is right here. So I will go ahead and take her out so you guys can get a better view of her. This is a super awkward angle. Here's Oakley. I know, I'm sorry. I'm holding a camera and it's all weird. She's probably gonna poop on me. She's the one gecko that always poops on me. So yeah, this is Oakley in all of her perfection. I love her so much and she is perfect. And I'm gonna put her back on her cork bark. So that's Oakley and her enclosure. So then moving on over from Oakley, we have Metamoris New Enclosure. This is another one that I just redid. So this is a Zen Habitats new 2x2x2 enclosure. And I just did a video on all of this showing everything. So she has a bioactive enclosure. She has some leaf litter. She has live plants. I don't know the names. I know that's a snake plant in the corner back there. She has some live plants in the background as well. Try and zoom in on those. And over here, some Pathos and like a little bromeliad, I think. So yeah, I did a naturalistic background on this enclosure as well. She has a couple of fake plants. There's one, and then there's a little bit more Pathos in here. And here is Metamora. She is growing like crazy and turning so green. And this is her new enclosure. So far she seems to enjoy it. She has eaten in here, which is a great sign that she's adjusting, and she just has way more space in here. So I'm really happy with this enclosure. And then moving down, we have Bowie's enclosure. Kind of hard to see, there's just a big reflection right now, so I'm gonna go on in and show you guys. So this is another enclosure that I fixed up recently. It is bioactive, but she has bigger poops, so whenever she poops, I'm gonna go in and clean it. She has a warm hide over here with a heating pad, and then she just has a cooler hide over here. She just burrows in all of the moss, and she sometimes uses the cork bark as well to just like hide under. And then she has her big water bowl here. So this is a 4x2 by 16 inch enclosure. And she utilizes all the space and has a ton of space to spread out. So it's perfect for her. So I'm gonna go ahead and find her. She is all the way over here somewhere. and get her out for you guys. And I found her. I don't know where the rest of her body is, but we're gonna figure it out. So this is Bowie. She is huge, and it's kind of hard to show by holding her. Like, you have to see how she is like on my body when I'm holding her. She's just massive. And she's so heavy. It doesn't look that big when I'm holding her in my hand, but like my arm is like shaking right now. She's so big and so strong. I think that she has a little bit more growing to do, but she is getting to that point of full grown. She's just so long, and I never measure her. Everyone always asks how long she is. She's long. She is long. That's about it. And she's gorgeous. So I love this snake. She was my very first snake. And she is just the most docile, sweet, adventurous snake. I love her so much. Do we see her cute face? Yeah? Hey, cutie. Oh yeah, that is Bowie. Love of my life. She's so strong. Oh my god. This is literally a workout every time I hold her. So yeah, that is Bowie, and that is Bowie's enclosure. By the way, she does have an LED light over here. It has 3 notches on it, and I basically just use it so that way I can see where she is at night when I'm feeding her, so I don't get accidentally bitten because she's super food aggressive now. So yeah, it's very useful, and it lights up the whole tank. Right now it's daytime, so you can't really see. I'll have to show you a clip of what this looks like at night because it just looks so great being able to light up the whole enclosure. So I absolutely love it. It was only like 12 bucks on Amazon, so I love this LED light. It's perfect. And that is Bowie and her enclosure, and she has disappeared into this enclosure. Like, when she disappears, you have no clue where she is. So she's doing her own thing. Okay, so moving on over to... I think we'll do these last because I need a step ladder for it. But look at Citrus. He's so funny. Actually, I'm gonna forever make this mistake for the rest of my life. Citrus is a woman, and I always call her a him. So it's a struggle. So I'm gonna come back to these later, and I'm gonna do these ones first. This is just crickets, so this isn't exciting, and I'm gonna move that because that looks really bad. So starting up here, this is a 24 by 18 by 12 enclosure for Mango, my African fat-tailed gecko. So this is a new one that I just set up recently. This is a bioactive enclosure. She has 3 live plants. There's this one right here. There is that one in the corner. And then there's this really pretty one right here. I'm not sure what any of the names to these plants are because I'm awful with plant names. And then she has other various like fake plants throughout the enclosure. She also has a naturalistic background that I'm in love with. I put cork bark and I use moss, which it's called mood moss from Josh's Frogs. It's like my new favorite thing. I love it. She has a little cool hide over here. She has a water bowl right here. And that is her warm hide over there. So she is sleeping right now. So I'm just gonna have to show you guys footage of her at nighttime because she's super active at nighttime now. And she always comes out. And I thought she wasn't gonna eat because I tried substrate in the past and she wouldn't eat on substrate. So I was super worried about going bioactive with her. But since I put her in this enclosure, she's been eating like a champ. So it's worked out fantastic, and I absolutely love how this looks, and she really seems to love it, so it just makes it so much worth it. So yeah, that is Mango's enclosure, and we're gonna go ahead and move down. Gotta make sure, close this all the way. All right, so moving on down, this is a PVC Zen Habitats enclosure for Chancho, my blue-tongued skink, and he is sleeping right now. So he's burrowed somewhere. I have no idea where he is. I'm gonna have to come back later and try to show you guys him. He's actually tamed down and will let me hold him now, which is amazing. So this is his enclosure. It's just super mossy. Keep it humid and cork bark and lots of burrowing opportunity and a water bowl over there. And this is his basking area. So yeah, that is Chancho's full enclosure. And he has emerged. So here is Chancho, my Indonesian blue-tongued skink. have another Zen Habitats enclosure, and it belongs to Dude, my bearded dragon. If I can get this open, I have a ton of stuff blocking over here. So here is Dude, and he is also shedding. He and Banba both got new UVBs, and they've both been shedding at the same time because of it, so it's just really funny. Hey Dude, how you doing? He's like, do you have food? So this is a 4x2x2 enclosure. It's pretty large. We have some like leftover food and garbage, so excuse the mess. Gotta clean this enclosure out. He has fake lavender plants all the way over there for decoration. People always ask about that. It's fake. Do not put live lavender plants. I don't think that's safe for beardies. Then this is his basking area. He has a long UVB right there, and then he has a UVA and UVB in this as well. I think it's called a Power Sun. So that is his main basking area. And then he just has a lot of different cool things to climb on throughout the enclosure. He always knocks this plant over. There we go. Yes, so that is the king. Do you want to come out so people can see you? He's like, I don't know about that. Oh, yeah, let's look at your sheddy body. He is like definitely shedding still. I've been giving him a lot of baths, but it's been rough. So here's Dude, my sheddy little dragon that just wants food. And he just turned 8, so I'm very happy. We had a little birthday celebration video, and he has been doing amazing. And he loves this enclosure, so that makes me very happy. All right, so we're gonna move on up and go through all of these enclosures. So right up here is Ponyo's enclosure, my tiger salamander. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. So Ponyo has a bioactive live planted enclosure. He has a water bowl right there. He's actually tucked in the corner. He'll probably start to come out. I think he's sleeping right now. He's starting to move a little bit. Like, he literally stalks me and just waits for food all the time, and then like comes out and just like creeps his way out. But I have Pathos throughout this enclosure. There's one here, one in that back corner, another one over here. This is a little like burrowing thing that I got from Josh's Frogs. He actually doesn't really use it too much, which is sad because he could literally burrow in there or go under, but he doesn't even really burrow anymore. Even though he has enough substrate and like all of this opportunity, he's always just out waiting for food, and like he just hides in that little corner. He also has a naturalistic background, which I love, and I think he's starting to creep. Where is he? And there he is. He's such a little freak. I love this animal so much. He's just so weird. You coming out, Ponyo? Come on, everyone wants to see you. He is literally the best. How could you not like that? So yeah, that is my little derp Ponyo. He's so slow, he's just gonna keep inching forward to come and get some food. And this is his enclosure. I believe this is the same as Mango's. It's a 24x18x12. And yeah. I could just watch this guy all day. Like, he's seriously just so entertaining. Look at that face. You're so cute. All right, so we're gonna have to move on to the next animal. So Citrus is a jumper, so I'm gonna put her back in her enclosure. Her enclosure is right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so she is in a 30-gallon tall enclosure. I took the screen off so you guys can see everything in here. She doesn't have a naturalistic background, it's just plain, so I'm thinking about adding that in the future because I just love how that looks. But it's pretty filled out. She has, instead I gave her like perches and stuff on the side. So she has this one, and then she has this one over here with this type of wood. Not sure what type of wood that is called, but so she has that to climb on, and then there's just like plants everywhere to hide in and just different things. She loves to stay down in this section over here during the day to sleep. So yeah, that is Citrus's enclosure. She also has a little lay box over there in case she needs to lay some infertile eggs. So this is her full enclosure. And right next to Citrus is this enclosure right here. Yeah, the plant is falling out, but I realized as it was falling out, it was the only way to actually see Sunny. So she is tucked in back here. So there's her cute little Velociraptor face. She is in an 18 by 18 by 24 enclosure. She doesn't have a naturalistic background. I'm thinking I'm gonna actually redo her enclosure and give her another 30 gallon just like all of my other ones, because I just like how they look better, and I feel like it gives her a little bit more height, and I think that she utilizes the height more than anything rather than the horizontal space. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I fixed her plant. This is normally what her enclosure looks like. She has this little area built over here. She can stand on top of it, the cork bark over there, and then as you can see, she can tuck herself in over there as well and just use that to climb on. She has her little feeding dish tray thing over there. And then the rest is just fake plants. It's kind of a lame setup. I'm really thinking I'm gonna redo her enclosure because I really like how all the other ones are turning out, and this one is just like the most boring. So, yep, that's it. Probably gonna make a change on this one. I've made so many changes and I wanted to wait until I redid all of them for this video, but we have one more coming still. And then moving on over from Sunny's enclosure is this one right here, which belongs to Chip, my Dalmatian frog-butt crested gecko. So this one doesn't have a naturalistic background, but I just put like, I don't know if you can see, there's paper back there to make it like not just clear, because I hate when it's just like clear glass along the back. I also put some paper along the side as well. Eventually I think I'm gonna make 3-dimensional backgrounds on all of these just because I just like how it looks better. But we'll see. But so for this enclosure, I actually redid this one recently, and all I did was basically use spray foam, which you can still see. I didn't cover the spray foam with silicone or dirt, so I don't really like that. I may fix that eventually. I tried my best to cover it up by shoving all of the fake plants in. I literally redid this enclosure just for that reason, because all of the fake plants would just always fall, and now I'm having that issue with this enclosure. So the foam is great for holding in the fake plants, and I was able to add a lot of cork bark. He has one up there. He has another one that he can stand on in the corner there. There's this big hollow one, which I'm pretty sure he's sleeping in. And then there's another one over here. And I actually made a little like divot in the foam, and that is for putting the Pangea cup in as well. So unfortunately, because of this new setup, he utilizes the cork bark so well that he sleeps inside of it during the day, so I'm not going to be able to take him out for this video. There's no way I'll be able to get in there and try to get him out. So he comes out every single night, so I will put in some footage right now so that way you guys can see him at nighttime and just see his cuteness in this video, because we don't want to miss out on Chip. Also, I took his stick out, so I just put that back in. So that is officially what his enclosure looks like. So moving on over to this enclosure, this belongs to Bamboo, my baby Dalmatian crested gecko. It's actually Chip's baby, so it's the one hatchling that I kept for myself. And he is actually tucked in over here sleeping. So I don't want to disturb him too much. Can we just see you a little bit? So yeah, that is Bamboo. I don't want to disturb him too much because he's sleeping and he's just adorable. So this enclosure does have a naturalistic background, which I love. I was able to put a little cork bark over there for him to climb on. He has live Pathos growing in the back. I did have another live plant over here, but it died. So I just put in this fake plant that I got from Curious Creatures, which I love. And then he has another cork bark piece over here that is horizontal, so he can climb on top of it, and he can also hide under it as well. And then he has these bamboo things to climb on, and then just like fake plants all over the place. And then the bottom area is pretty dirty because the background is still falling onto the paper towel, so that happens. And this moss thing that starts like at the top and goes all the way down, this thing like sheds. So there's just like moss all over the ground as well because of that. So yeah, this is Bamboo's 30-gallon adult enclosure. So he still has to grow into it, but he has been really, oh my God, that's so annoying. But he has been really utilizing this whole enclosure and enjoying it. So I'm very happy about that. And there is Bamboo. Alright, so in my bedroom, I just have two enclosures right here. The bottom one right here is Peaches, who is actually eating right now. She just came out to have some little snacks, her little breakfast. She's having some strawberry. So her enclosure is a 40-gallon, and obviously she will need to be upgraded over time because she's going to get much larger than this, but obviously it's suitable for now because she has a lot of space. So she has, this is like a little humid hide, but honestly, like the whole enclosure is humid, so it doesn't really matter. It's just like another place for her to go. She has this little log over here that she actually climbs on top of. I just need to make sure she doesn't like fall and flip over. And she can actually climb underneath it as well. And she can hide under there. She has this like little turtle decoration thing. It doesn't really do anything. It's just decoration. And then she has her main basking area over here. And she also hides and sleeps under there as well. I put a lot of sphagnum moss in there. It's hard to see because it's dark, but she like burrows herself in there at nighttime to sleep. Red-footed tortoises, I got a book on them and it said that they absolutely love to do that, and it's so true because she utilized that immediately when I put it in there. So yeah, and then this is just her little water bowl area that she has made a little mess in already. And then she just has this little bowl for eating. And then that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic. She is growing a lot. It's kind of hard to tell for me because I'm with her every single day, but even I can tell that she has definitely gotten bigger. Her shell is bigger, so it's happening. She's eating and growing, and she's so cute. I love waking up to this little dinosaur every day. So yeah, that is Peaches, and that is Peaches' enclosure. So then moving on up here, this is Bloom's enclosure, my plasma corn snake. There's like a really bad glare, so it's like kind of hard to see what's going on in here. Bloom has like a lot of hides that are really hard to see. He has like a little cave over here. It's like impossible to see. Like, I don't know how I'm really gonna show you guys this. There's like a little cave thing right there that he can hide in. He may be in there right now, actually. There's this like little T-Rex decoration skull thing. He has a warm hide, which he's in right now. There he is. So that is his warm hide. He has a basking area at the top, so that's where that's coming from. Excuse his dirty water bowl. He gets it dirty literally every single day. He's been extremely active. And then he has another hide over here. That is like a little cave. And then I put like this little cork bark thing along the back along with like a fake background. They don't fit this weird size enclosure properly, so I just kind of put stuff back there because I hate having like a clear background. And he goes behind that all the time as well. So as you can see, like he'll go back there all the time. He's all over the place in this enclosure. Like he utilizes everything. I think he's going to be the next upgrade that I do. I just want to give him a ton of space because he's just so extremely active. So yeah, I think this is like technically like a 40-gallon, but it has way more floor space. So it's a really weird size enclosure, but it works great for him. But I definitely want to give him more space because he's just so active and he's growing so much. This is Kiwis Enclosure. I think this is a 29-gallon or a 30-gallon. It's kind of a weird size. It's super long, but that it's pretty skinny. So he has a humid hide on the left right here. He's just adventuring around, and then he has some cork bark and vines and different things to climb on throughout the enclosure, and then a water bowl. And then he has a warm hide over here with a heating pad and thermostat and a naturalistic background. So it's pretty basic. I kind of want to upgrade him in the future to something that's just not as skinny and has more floor space. But this seems to work for now. He is trying to escape. He's the little escape artist that was found under my fridge like a couple of years ago. So that's Kiwi. And here's Kiwi, my leopard gecko. He is being super active right now, so it's kind of hard to hold him. So here he is. He's being super crazy right now. And there's his cute little face. This is my turtle tank. It's 75 gallons and it has a basking area on the top that I set up. And there is Lulu, my yellow belly slider, who is just basking. She is a queen. She is the most glorious thing on this planet. I love her so much. She's gotten so big. I think I've had her since like 2013. So yeah, she is a big mama. I love her so much. She has a UVA and UVB in one. I think it's a power sun. So that is her main basking area. And then she has all of this space to climb around, her little ladder to get up. And then this is her tank. And below you can see everything. She has a lot of fake plants that float at the top. And she usually sleeps in there. And then this is her filter over here. But yeah, this is Lulu. She is in the dining room. It's kind of random, but this is her area. And she probably thinks I'm gonna give her some food, so she's inching over.